Now, it seems like Trump is losing one legal battle at a time, and it's all because there's no sufficient evidence to back his claims. But it seems like he's not quitting, and he's now requested a recount in Georgia.
Thank you, Efnum, for having me. And that's right. He hasn't proved any of his allegations. There are a great many allegations that have been made, but they're generally based upon speculation. And when the time comes to prove the case, he simply has not done so. Judge Brann, can only be characterized as a scathing opinion, a rebuke to the Trump team, and in fact, the Trump effort, has said that the evidence presented was not even enough to set aside one single vote, much less the entire 7 million votes of the sixth most populous state in the nation.
Where do members of the Republican Party stand when it comes to Trump's fight to stay in office? Because analysts are saying a lot of damage has been done already to the party by a man who is probably fighting a battle that he's not going to win.
Well, that's correct. I think he is not going to win. I think that it is becoming glaringly apparent that the battle is self-serving and individual. It has nothing to do with the Republican Party. It has everything to do with President Trump. And although there are many successes in the Trump administration, there are many good things about the Trump administration from a policy perspective and, in fact, a legal perspective of the laws that were passed or changed, it's now time for him to go. The American people have spoken. He could not overcome the damage caused, I believe, by the pandemic, and perhaps the damage caused by his personality. That is just not something that Americans wanted to embrace. He has lost the election. It's now time for him to go. I think you're going to see a number of Republican congressmen reach out and acknowledge the Biden victory and move forward after this, because that's what they have to do. That's what the American people will require them to do. Already tonight, Republican lawmakers in Congress, in the U.S. Congress, have specifically recognized Joe Biden and congratulated him for his victory.
Right. Do you think these lawsuits are a delaying tactic?
I don't know that they're a delaying tactic. At one time, I've talked about this on this network a great many times. At one time, I thought it was a methodology to continue the GOP message into the Georgia runoffs to save the Senate for the GOP. But now it's becoming clear, at least to me, and I think perhaps others, that that's not even the motivating factor. I think the motivating factor is personal to Donald Trump. This is all about Donald Trump, his political theater, and how he keeps his name forward. I don't think he has an ability to recognize that he's lost. I think he has done incredible damage to his personal reputation. I think that the Republican Party is not going to permit him to continue to damage the Republican Party by continuing forward. There is one lawsuit left. It's in Philadelphia, and it relates to 8,300 ballots that were allegedly received late, which I have always said was unconstitutional. If they're received after that day, the state Supreme Court cannot change the law. But 8,300 ballots is not going to change the result in Pennsylvania. Joe Biden won by over 81,000 ballots. So it's just an incredible act of hubris and self-serving indignation to ask. The remedy for setting aside a few invalidated ballots is not to invalidate all ballots.
Right.
It's just like the remedy for being denied free speech in the United States is not to deny everyone free speech. It was really poorly conceived, and it wasn't proved.
All right, Bruce, thank you so much for joining us on the program once again and sharing your expertise with us.